Horizontal videos may still be the most common ad format when running video campaigns, but we can't forget about square and vertical videos, now that there's demand gen, shorts ads, and other types of ad formats. Well, we do have a video about vertical and square specs for video ads. You can check it out at the top of the screen. But if you fall into the bucket of you only have horizontal videos, beware of an additional setting within the campaigns called video enhancements. This has Google help you crop your horizontal video to fit the other two ad placements. So we want to show you a couple examples from Google of how video enhancements can work. And then we'll show you in a few different campaign types where you can find this setting to see if you want to turn it on or leave it off. Here are some examples from Google on how video enhancements can work to give you different ad sizes. Let's say the first one all the way to the left was your original ad, the main horizontal video. If that was the only ad that you uploaded and you leave video enhancements turned on within your settings, Google's going to try to come up with different orientations like the square in the middle and vertical off to the right. So that way, if you are still targeting all the ad placements within your video campaign, Google can create the different formats to best fit those placements depending on where they are. Notice in the original horizontal off to the left, there's a lot of white space surrounding the model's head. But as you go down to square, especially looking at the plant, it gets cut in half a little bit, not as much space around the model. And then when you go to the vertical, you don't see the plant at all, and it's literally just the actor's head. These are things you have to think about on how Google can crop your video. Let's say, for example, instead of a plant, there was some important product piece showcased next to the model. When you get into the two different ad sizes, it's possible that certain important parts of your ad could get cut off. I already mentioned the video about vertical and square specs within the intro, but I talk about this exact problem kicking off that other video for a couple reasons. There are certain spots where Google or YouTube can overlay additional text or pop-up type things that could block out certain elements of your video. Be aware of what those spots are, so if you know that most of your important content is out of those sweet spots in square and vertical, your video ad might look pretty bad. That being said, again, also in that other video, we've seen several times how people are cut in half, or sometimes there's supposed to be people in the shot and they're not in the shot at all, just the way that Google crops it. So also be aware before you want to turn on video enhancements. I'd rather have a good looking video than have it cropped poorly. Now, Google does mention that there is a quality review before these get passed. And I will admit, it is pretty good, but you just want to be aware of how your video could look. That's just the warning I have to give. Now, besides just cropping it into different ad sizes, Google can also take longer videos and shorten them. Google will do this by selecting key moments within the videos while trying to keep the original message and tone, again going through another quality review to maybe better fit the placement, particularly looking at shorts. Shorter form content will work the best in the vertical video format for shorts. Also, think about any of your app campaigns if you're promoting your app. Someone's already on an app, they weren't necessarily looking to watch your video ad, keeping it short to the point. So longer video format may not work best for app promotion campaigns either. Google's AI will try to shorten it down, keep the same message to see if it performs better. All right, so now you have an understanding of what video enhancements can do. I'm going to jump into a couple different campaign types to show you where video enhancement settings live to see if you want to turn it on or turn it off. First, we're going to look at Performance Max campaigns. So first example for PMAX would be when you're actually building the campaign. We're going to find the video enhancement settings when you're building out your asset group. So you'd go in, start creating your ad. Here's all the text stuff. You've selected your videos, of course, that's important while we're here. And after you select your videos, you can either scroll all the way down or click on this asset optimization option. Here, by default, video enhancement will be turned on. But if you know you already have custom videos for each of the different ad formats, you can just open up the drop down, uncheck the box, and then you would just go on and finish building out your asset group and of course, moving on to next and saving it before you launch. But what if you've already launched Performance Max campaigns, you're just learning about this feature, you don't like it, and you want to turn it off? Fair. I'll show you how to do that in a different account. In this case, for Performance Max, video enhancements are a campaign level setting. So just find the campaign that you would want to change the setting, go into your settings, which is the gear icon. And then here you would have to scroll down to the overall campaign settings, and there you will see asset optimization. If we open this up, it's going to look very familiar from when you were building out the asset group. Click on video. Pretty much the same thing. You would turn it off, scroll down, and save it. So in this one campaign, video enhancements are turned off. And then you would just want to do the same for any other Performance Max campaigns where you would want this setting turned off. Now, let's look at demand gen. For this example, when building on a demand gen campaign, of course, I chose the option with video. These are the former video action campaigns, which are now being rolled into demand gen. So there's your name. You fill out all this stuff, of course, add your videos, and within the ad, not the campaign settings, is where you see video enhancements. Notice here is the option where vertical and square versions of your video or just shorter versions of your video are different settings. So maybe I don't like them making shorter videos. I'm happy with the time lengths I have within my video ads. You can just uncheck that one option. Or of course, you can uncheck both. Then we just go, finish creating the rest of your ad, review, and launch your campaign. Now, if you already have a demand gen campaign live, you can just click on the gear icon for your settings. But demand gen is different than Performance Max. It's still not going to be into your campaign settings. It's essentially going back to where we were because these video enhancements for demand gen live at the ad level. So yes, you will have to go ad by ad and turn these off if you want to. So if this is live, I would just uncheck the ones I would want, save all the changes, and then putting things under review again before it goes live. And then for video campaigns that aren't transitioned over to demand gen, let's say you're running without a goals guidance or it's a brand awareness campaign, creating a new campaign, we're in campaign settings. Here we'll want to go down to ads, add in our video, and once you choose one, then we'll have some additional media settings. So if you scroll down past the rest of the ad creation, notice the shorten the videos option isn't there. It's either vertical or horizontal. So I would just uncheck it, go through all of it, and save it. I don't need to hop back into an active campaign. This one is at the ad level too. So it's a pretty easy setting. It doesn't do a whole ton, but it does have an impact on your performance. If you're stuck on video creative, you don't have a lot, or it's hard to get new creative from whoever you work with, then I would consider leaving this on. If you're already creating different ads for horizontal, square, and vertical, I would go back in and make sure these are turned off so you can actually test the video that you're spending time and money on creating. But if you have any more questions on Google Ads video enhancements, let us know in the comments.
Thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up below. If you really liked it, maybe think about subscribing to the Paid Media Pros YouTube channel and you'll get alerted every time a new video drops.
If you really liked it, you can help support the channel by checking out some of the t-shirts that we're wearing on our merch shelf, as well as looking at the Super Thanks button.